need somebody who knows where the pitfalls are and where the tricks are and where what's realistic for businesses versus citizens versus whatever. So this is Erin Knowles.
Okay, show of hands, who's on Facebook? Wow. How many, okay, keep your hands up. How many of you heard about this meeting tonight from the Facebook page? Good. All right, well,
We were invited by Susie.
okay.
I was invited.
Awesome. Well, if you are not on the Facebook page, it's Huntingtown Citizens Information Group. And I update that and Terry updates that daily. All the information that's coming out tonight will be on video, and I'll upload that as well as minutes. So if you have anybody that wasn't able to make it tonight, we'll be happy to answer questions on Facebook. We're also having people sign up tonight on our email, so we can have emails sent out to update people. So we'll be getting information out to everybody that wasn't able to make it. And those of you who would like to serve and be part of this moving forward, please let us know.
And we need
somebody who can do a web server, or anybody web design.
a web.
We need a website. We'd like to have a website anyway.
For people who aren't on Facebook.
Right. We'd also like to.
Well, we're gonna need a president, a secretary. Terry very generously offered to take notes tonight, but she will not be the secretary. She's helping with Facebook. We're going to need a treasurer. Right now there is a treasurer, and we actually have money. The treasurer is Bob Grove. Even though we haven't met in about 12 years, Gordon Bowen collects money for the lights in Huntingtown and the flags, and all that money goes through that Citizens Association, Huntingtown Citizens Association bank account. So we kind of put it in low simmer mode.
The jar on Bowens is basically Huntingtown Citizens Association group right now. If anybody wants to know where the Citizens group is, it's the jar in Bowens.
But we have a bank account at PNC Bank, but we may want to step it up a little.
Anybody willing yet?
So
Okay.
think about it and talk to all your neighbors. And we were thinking, because the county is getting ready to appoint that group that will be advising them in the update of the zoning ordinance. If everybody here is cool with it tonight, I'm going to say to them, I'm representing at this moment the Huntingtown Citizens Association on that group until we can make it more formal or whatever. Because believe me, we need somebody. We need protection. Unless Wilson wants to do it. He has all that information too. You support me? What do you guys think? What do you think?
Question.
I have a question. Okay. I know
What was your name? Sorry.
My name is Ruth McCarthy. Olive Creek in Huntingtown. And there's been a lot of meetings lately on the zoning and text amendments in Prince Frederick, and I was hoping that we would talk about that a little bit tonight. About, does the Huntingtown Citizens Association have a position on that? Is it envisioned that this group would participate, or have, because I'm very concerned about where that's going, and
The short answer would be no, because the short answer, is it off?
I turned it off.
The short answer, can you hear me? The short answer, what?
I think they can hear you.
I need all the way back here. You're fine.
Okay, the short answer is no, because because I think we need to stay focused on Huntingtown. That doesn't mean that you as a person can't try to influence what's going on in Prince Frederick. And I'd be happy to stay after. We have some refreshments. We hope that people will stay and get a bite and talk to each other and kind of get a sense of where you want to go with this. So I'd be happy to talk to you about what I know about that. But that kind of muddies the water for Huntingtown, because Prince Frederick is a major town center. And like I said, we're supposed to be a minor town center, but even that's way too big for our infrastructure, in my opinion.
Just to comment on a couple of things, clarification. You mentioned a 25-person group. That's the comprehensive plan working group.
Yes.
So that group's responsibility would be to review the current vision for Calvert County and to change that vision.
No, I don't know, but my understanding was that they weren't looking at the comprehensive plan. They were just looking at the zoning ordinance.
Got it.
And does everybody understand the difference? They're not changing the vision. The vision is the comprehensive plan. They're just talking about the mechanics of how to implement that vision. So we would be changing the vision for Huntingtown, though,
Right.
by changing the mechanics of what can go where, what size, how close to the road it has to go, all those kinds of things. Whether there's sewer, public water, whether you can have multifamily housing, either in the form of townhouses or apartments. What size lot, what's the minimum lot size, that's very, very important. Whether transferable development rights can be used. See, it gets complicated quickly. Whether transferable development rights can be used to increase the density. So in Prince Frederick, which is a major town center, there was a text amendment that passed, and a developer can build much more density by buying transferable development rights from a farmer and transferring them to his development in Prince Frederick. He can do very dense development. So, do we want that in Huntingtown? And if so, do we want like duplexes? Do we want fourplexes that look like one house where transferable development rights are used to build a fourplex instead of a single family home? Those are the kinds of issues that we as a community need to think about and talk about. And that, what vision do we have? The vision that's there now doesn't fit. Yes, Mrs. Hooker. Judy Hooker.
I would just like to say that I do hope that Huntington, I know that this is
I'm going to let you say it.
This here is a very important issue, but one of the things that Prince Frederick has is the community center that we're trying to get for our youth. And I'm sure that the children that would be in this area, and we're trying to get a middle stage. And if nothing else, at least keep your eye on that, because when we all heard about the fairground area, that was the first thing that we all heard. It was about our children. And all of this other has kind of, to me, it's complicated, and it's put everything down the road 5 to 10 years. And I am one of the people that's saying we need to hold our feet to the fire to get our kids someplace to go. And then the other side of it is, just as a note, I do work on the housing authority, a commissioner. And one of the things that I work very closely with the school system. And they're saying we can't get teachers in here because of the cost of living. And there's no place to live. And then our young people are graduating and they're leaving us. We have got to, I know this is a beautiful area and that's kind of like why I came, but we've got to kind of keep our eye on the sparrow of our young people. It's not enticing to them anymore. There's nothing here for them. And so I can understand you're wanting to keep the area as is, but we're going to have to do some change. And some of the change I'm saying, don't let Prince Frederick fight this battle alone. We need your support, if nothing else, for the different things for our young people, and that's the community center.
Okay, just to try to, can I just respond to her very briefly? There has been a lot of controversy about the fact that there was no community center in the center part of the county. The current county commissioners bought the old Smackwell property and have turned that into a community center. And then they're making plans to do something where the old Calvert Middle School was, I understand. In Huntingtown, the county commissioners, and Wilson will bear me out on this, for 12 years, we looked for property for a regional park in Huntingtown and could not find it. And that's still going on. If Marley Run, what I have asked the current commissioners to do is to put a playground at Marley Run and to put a playground at Kings Landing Park, because we do not even have a playground in Huntingtown. But there is a regional park on the books. The problem is finding the property for it. It needs at least 100 acres, and it has to meet a lot of criteria.